Speaking of Penn, Matt Fallon, the Olympian, he is on the blocks. He's the 200-yard breaststroke American record holder, fifth swimmer in program history. That's a lot of swimmers in program history to qualify for the Olympics, but trying to get back into the swing of things. He's not necessarily in that Olympic form, but good thing his coach is an old school guy. He's not trying to drop the time this early in the season.
Well, when your coach is trying to get you back to that Olympic form, you end up swimming the 500 on day one is what you end up swimming. And, Matt is an unbelievably talented athlete. It's not just a breaststroker. He can swim just about anything, as referenced right here. 4:20 this morning in the 500 freestyle. I know that, he said himself, for the shape that I'm in right now, for the way I'm working back into this, I'm very happy with where that is. I think sometimes it's understated what these athletes that do make the Olympic team, the immense amount of pressure and stress that goes into their lives, not only preparing for Olympic trials, but once they make that team, you've got about a 6-week camp there that is highly intensive. 24 hours a day is about representing, the United States of America. Once he finished up his Olympic Games, he had earned himself a break, and he did. He took a break and tried to recharge his batteries a little bit. Coach Schnurr sat down and they figured out what's going to be the best timeline here, and now he's back in that kind of rebuilding process for him. And again, that's one of the reasons he's hammering out this 500 today is it's part of the training plan, moving him towards the end of the season and the NCAA championships.
Well, it's a good start for George Washington and Daniel Choi, who has the lead. Been highlighted as a swimmer by Coach Rago, who had a rough freshman year, but making significant strides this season. He's looked strong from the start of the season, has continued to build on his performance. Does he have enough to overtake the two Penn favorites in this race? We, of course, just mentioned Matt Fallon, the senior from Warren, New Jersey, just up the road, by the way, here in Princeton. James Carreri, the junior from Penn, he's in lane 4. He finished third in this event at Ivy's. He's from Kinnelon, New Jersey, so two Jersey native Penn swimmers in the pool in the middle, but it's Daniel Choi of GW leading at the moment, 2:20 into the race.
Now, Matt Fallon, the breaststroker, is known worldwide for being a back half swimmer. So he is a young man that never panics. In the first 50 to the first 100 of a 200 breaststroke, it's not unusual to see him touch the wall at the back of the heat, and then 100 meters or 100 yards later, touch the wall and win the event. And so I can guarantee you right now, with these guys that are kind of pushing this pace on the outside, that doesn't make him the least bit nervous. If he's attacking this race in the same way that he would attack a breaststroke event, he's going to have a back half on this.
Well, there's less than a minute and a half to go here in the race, and it's still Daniel Choi with a somewhat sizable lead. Yutong Wu right next to him in lane 2. Get a good look at those two. Leading with Arthur Balva of Princeton. So it's maybe 1, 2, 3 in lanes 1, 2, and 3, and the two Penn Quakers in lanes 4 and 5. The favorites hanging behind. Daniel Chu losing some ground to Wu. Now Arthur Balva of Princeton overtakes him.
The entire heat just kicked it into another gear here, so this is going to be fun to watch the last 100 yards of this race. 75 left before the finish. These guys are throwing their legs into it, and they're making a push right now. Lane 3, Balva is getting after it right here. 25.23 on that 50. He separated himself from the rest of the field in that 150 yards right there.
Well, Arthur Balva, he's a sophomore from Palo Alto, California. 200 free, 200 fly, 500 free has been his wheelhouse, but he started to swim more of the distance events this season, and maybe that is what has helped put him in position for an A final win here at Big Al. 4:18.23 for Arthur Balva. Second place to Yutong Wu, third to Lenache. Fallon takes fourth, and Carreri, who was the top seed, finishes 8th. He left it out on the line this morning. Arthur Balva. Been a tough and resilient kid. Had a really nice meet at Big Al last year. 2 days later, His mother passed away, had cancer for years, and so Balva has had a tumultuous year. He continues the hard work in the pool, and it's paying off with a beat cut time here in the 500-yard freestyle, 4:18.23.